Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are preparing a soothing and calming lavender face and body moisturizing cream. The ingredients used in this formula are listed here. I am preparing a batch of 100 grams. Before we start, we need to prepare our lavender infused oil. To obtain about 30 grams of lavender infused oil, I need 5 grams of dried organic lavender flowers. I will put the flour in a clean and dry glass jar. Then I add a carrier oil to it. As I want to make a cream that can be used on the face and the body, I have chosen a carrier oil that will not clog pores. Examples of carrier oils that do not clog pores are rosehip oil, jojoba oil, hemp seed oil, sweet almond oil, olive oil, squalane, sunflower oil, and safflower oil. After adding the oil to the lavender flour, mix well. Then seal the jar airtight and store at room temperature for 1 month away from direct sunlight. Remember to shake it every second day. After 1 month, I filter the lavender oil through a sieve and then through a cheesecloth. And here we have the infused lavender oil. The next step is to prepare the oil phase of our formulation. To do this, we need a beaker or a heat-resistant container. Pour the lavender infused oil into the container and then add the emulsifying wax. I am using emulsifying wax NF for this formula. This emulsifier is very easy to use. The correct amount of emulsifier we use will depend on the amount of oil used in the formulation. In this recipe, I am using 28 grams of oil and 7 grams of emulsifying wax NF. Meaning for every 4 grams of oil, we have 1 gram of emulsifying wax NF. If I want to formulate a body lotion, which is obviously less thick than a cream, the ratio of oil to this emulsifying wax will be different. If you decide to use a different emulsifier than the one I am using in this formula, please make sure you do your research to determine the ratio of oil to emulsifier you are using, because this will also influence the stability of your cream. The next step is to prepare the water phase. For this, we also need a glass beaker or a heat-resistant container. I pour the lavender hydrosol into the beaker. I am using my homemade lavender hydrosol. At the end of this video, I will show you how I made this hydrosol. The next step is to heat the oil phase and the water phase on medium heat, respectively, to about 70 degrees Celsius using the double boil method. When both phases are ready, remove the beakers from the water bath. Then immediately pour the hot water phase into the hot oil phase. Then mix using a hand whisk for about 20 seconds. And then with a stick blender for about a minute or 2 for the mixture to homogenize. After mixing with the stick blender for about 1 minute, I continue mixing with a hand whisk, taking a break every now and then until the mixture thickens. You will notice that the mixture will become thicker as it cools down. You will need to be patient as it will take a while for the mixture to thicken. When the temperature is around 40 degrees Celsius, you can start adding in the heat-sensitive ingredients. I add in the vitamin E. Vitamin E will act as our antioxidant and prevent the oil from going rancid too soon. Vitamin E is widely used in skincare to moisturize the skin and to improve the appearance of aged skin. It has a soothing effect on the skin and promotes skin regeneration. I add in the preservative. I am using Liquid Gemal Plus as my preservative. Liquid Gemal Plus is a broad spectrum preservative which will prevent against bacteria, yeast, and mold. Liquid Jamal Plus is effective over a wide pH range of 3 to 8. I mix to ensure that the ingredients are well blended. As you can see, the emulsion is gradually becoming thicker and thicker. The next step is to test the pH value of the cream. The ideal pH value of the cream should be between 4.5 and 5.5. To test the pH value, I mix 2 grams of the cream with 8 grams of distilled water. Then I dip my pH strip into the mixture for about 10 seconds. Remove it and see where the pH value is at. As you can see, the pH value is around 6. We need to lower it from 6 to around 5 and 5.5. To lower the pH value, I add 0.05 grams of citric acid to the cream. Mix until it dissolves. Then I test the pH value again. To get an accurate pH result, please always use a digital pH meter. As you can see, the pH value is now 5, which is perfect. I mix the cream with a hand whisk for some few seconds, then with a stick blender to make sure the consistency is perfect. In order to prevent sweat from forming in the cosmetic container, I wait for the cream to cool down completely before storing it in a cosmetic jar. Guys, see how smooth and creamy it looks. It smells so good. The homemade lavender hydrosol and the lavender infused oil we have used in this formula has given the cream a beautiful delicate lavender scent. I love it. At this stage, I pour the cream into a clean sterilized container. Seal it airtight and store at room temperature away from direct sunlight. I have had many questions about the shelf life of homemade cosmetic products. To determine the shelf life of a product, a stability test must be carried out. Usually, a 3-month stability test can help us determine how long a product can be stored. A DIY method for determining the shelf life of a product is: look up the shelf life of each ingredient you have used, and the ingredient that expires first determines the shelf life of your product. Guys, if you wish to know how I prepared my lavender hydrosol, please continue watching. To prepare this lavender hydrosol, we need organic lavender flowers. I prefer to use fresh flowers. Unfortunately, I could not find organic ones, so I decided to use the dried organic ones. We also need a large pot, a stainless steel steaming tray, a heat-resistant bowl, and a curved pot lid. The curved shaped pot lid will make it easier to collect the hydrosol into the bowl. Please make sure the equipment you are using are all clean. Here I have the pot ready. I take the steaming tray and place it in the pot upside down. To prepare about 100 grams of lavender hydrosol, I put 70 grams of dried lavender flowers into the pot. Place the lavender flowers around the steaming tray. Then pour 2 liters of distilled water into the pot. If you cannot lay hands on distilled water, you can use tap water. After pouring in the water, place the heat-resistant bowl on the steaming tray. Take the pot lid, turn it upside down, and place it on the pot. Turning the lid upside down allows the steam to flow easily into the bowl. Place the pot on the stove and cook on medium heat. When it starts boiling, reduce the heat to low. Can you see the steam dripping into the bowl? It is the lavender hydrosol. I let it simmer for 30 minutes or until all the original water has evaporated. Then I turn the stove off, wait for the hydrosol to cool down before removing the bowl containing the hydrosol from the pot. And here we have our lavender hydrosol. I will measure to see the quantity of hydrosol I collected. I was able to collect about 110 grams of lavender hydrosol. If you want to store this lavender hydrosol for about 6 months, please watch my video on how to make lavender hydrosol at home. I will leave the link to the video tutorial in the description box below. Guys, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to give it a like, leave a comment, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. I wish you a wonderful day and hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye and God bless you.